Flour looks simple, but it is one of those pantry staples where the label can matter a lot. Some bags are treated to behave a certain way in baking, some are heavily refined, and conventional wheat can carry residues some people would rather avoid. In this video, I'm counting down 5 flour brands or types many shoppers choose to skip. Then I will end with 2 better picks to consider. Remember, flour is not a ready-to-eat product, so always bake or cook it fully. Number 5. Pillsbury All-Purpose Flour. Pillsbury is everywhere, and that familiarity is exactly why people do not think twice about it. The main concern is not the logo, it is what can show up on the ingredient label depending on the specific variety and where it was produced. Some shoppers watch for additives like potassium bromate or overly aggressive bleaching treatments, and they do not want to play label roulette. If you already have it in the pantry, the practical move is to flip the bag over and read the ingredients and any processing notes. Look for words like bleached, bromated, or a long list of enrichment additives. None of this automatically makes a product poison, but if your goal is simpler flour with fewer processing steps, Pillsbury is a common one people choose to replace with a cleaner label option. Number 4. Great Value All-Purpose Flour. Budget flour is designed to hit a price point, and that usually means conventional wheat from large commodity supply chains. A lot of shoppers avoid that for one simple reason. Conventional wheat production can involve pre-harvest desiccation and other practices that may increase the chance of pesticide residues ending up in the final product. You cannot see that in the flour, you cannot smell it, and you will not taste it, which is why people who care about it tend to move toward organic flour or third-party tested options. Great Value flour may still bake totally fine, but if you are buying flour specifically because you want a cleaner staple for weekly bread, pancakes, pizza dough, or cookies, this is a common swap. The easy upgrade is choosing organic, unbleached flour and storing it properly so freshness stays high. Number 3. Gold Medal All-Purpose Flour. Gold Medal is a classic, and it has been a default choice for generations. The issue here is less about one single ingredient and more about the reality of industrial-scale flour in general. Flour is a raw agricultural product, and it is not sterile, which is why outbreaks and recalls in the flour category have happened over the years across the industry. That is also why eating raw cookie dough or tasting raw batter is a bad idea even if the brand is trusted. Beyond that, some gold medal varieties and regional versions may include dough conditioners or additives that label readers prefer to avoid, such as bromate in certain products. So the takeaway is not panic, it is precision. If you want a simpler flour, read for unbleached and bromate-free, and if you want to reduce exposure to agricultural residues, consider stepping up to organic. Number 2. Swansdown Cake Flour. Cake flour is made for one job, soft texture. To get there, many cake flours are heavily refined, extremely low protein, and sometimes treated to change how the starch behaves so cakes bake up tender and uniform. Some brands also blend in starches like cornstarch, which is not a secret, but it is not always what people expect when they hear flour. For bakers, that performance can be a feature. For label-focused shoppers, it can be a reason to skip it. If your goal is everyday flour that is as close as possible to milled wheat with minimal processing, cake flour like this is often the opposite direction. A lot of people would rather buy a clean all-purpose flour and adjust recipes with technique instead of relying on ultra-processed flour designed to behave a certain way. Number 1. King Arthur All-Purpose Flour, the conventional non-organic version. This one surprises people because King Arthur has a strong quality reputation, and the flour is usually unbleached, which is a plus if you are trying to avoid certain bleaching methods. The reason it still lands on the skip list for some shoppers is simple. Unbleached does not automatically mean organic or low residue. Conventional wheat can still be grown with farming practices that organic standards do not allow. And if you are paying premium pricing because you want the cleanest option, many people feel the conventional version does not fully match that expectation. If you love how King Arthur performs in recipes, the easiest fix is choosing their organic line instead of the standard one. That way you keep the performance and align the purchase with the cleaner label goal. Now, 2 better picks to consider. First, Bob's Red Mill Organic Unbleached All-Purpose Flour. If you want a straightforward ingredient list, this is a common go-to. Organic standards restrict many synthetic pesticides, and unbleached keeps you away from the harsh whitening and functional treatment some shoppers try to avoid. It tends to smell more like grain, look a little more naturally cream-colored, and behave like a true staple flour for bread, pancakes, cookies, and pizza dough. It is not magic, and it will not guarantee perfection, but it is a strong upgrade if your goal is simpler and cleaner without losing versatility. Just remember, organic flour still needs proper food safety habits, so treat it as raw and bake it fully. Second, King Arthur Organic All-Purpose Flour. This is the version people often assume they're getting when they buy the brand for quality. It keeps the familiar performance and consistency, but it better matches the goal of avoiding unnecessary processing and reducing exposure to certain conventional farming practices. For home bakers who use flour every week, this kind of switch can be one of the simplest upgrades because it changes hundreds of meals over time without requiring any new habits, other than reading the label and choosing the organic bag. That is my list of 5 flour options many shoppers choose to avoid, plus 2 better picks to consider. If you want a simple rule, look for organic and unbleached, and avoid bromated varieties if that is a concern for you. Drop a comment and tell me which flour you are using right now and what you bake the most. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and stay sharp when you read those labels.